IKEA are a great example of bringing your customer into the value chain. This is a really good strategy. I mean, you know, what we'll do is different in the marketplace. We'll have cheap furniture that looks nice, and we'll kind of do it on volume, but we'll get them to make it and then to pick it up. I mean, who would have thought? But it's a brilliant strategy, and it's obviously, you know, he made him one of the richest guys in the world. And then, you know, he's very innovative, no less. So, and that's probably, you know, you could actually tell in IKEA that's one of their brand values. You know, you could actually tell that's one of their company values, innovation. So it doesn't surprise me at all. In the last phase, I talked about, which is control. This is the controlling of our business. If you're in the early stages of delivering your strategy, your control phases will be very much your implementation plan, but once you get beyond that, it is the contracts you have with the marketplace. That is your ultimate test. Are you getting customers? What are your return on your sales? And what is the return on the capital you're employing? Your return on sales should be going up, and your return on capital should be going up every year. They're sort of big numbers and big words, but it's the truth. If you're running a business and you don't understand what return on sales are and return on capital is, you really need to understand that. So return on capital is specifically not discussed that often in business organisations, but it's the only metric that Toyota use at the board level. If management are doing their business right, they will be getting a return on the capital employed in the business. The capital is your working capital, you know, your flights, your computers, in our instances, but if you had a manufacturing plant, you know, you'd have plant equipment. Okay? Set up a few strategic objectives for the year and implement those. Move a few things ahead a mile, and rather than 100 things ahead an inch. I think that's really important. You need to be strategic about your strategic plan. It's commonly known as the strategy of the strategy. And you start to think how there's layers to organisational thinking. There's very much layers to strategic development. You always, in everything you should be doing, should be separating strategy from tactics, understanding the what from the what from the how. In your plan, you should have a plan. However you format it, you can format it using the headings that I've got for you there, but it really doesn't make a lot of difference. You must have a plan that has your purpose, your guidelines, your vision, your resources, and your plan, action plan. I have one on my desktop computer. The first 25 minutes of my day reviewing that plan. I go through it line by line, and I reread the stuff I read yesterday, and I edit and I add. And if I'm inspired with something I've read the night before, I add that in. Do you see where I'm going with this? I'm reviewing this every day. Any detail in your plan that you're uncertain about, and we all have them, is the area of challenge. Devil is not in the details, as the saying says, it's actually God. God is in the details. Get detailed. That was a huge eye-opener for me. I'm a strategic thinker, so I'm up in the clouds all the time. The biggest criticism I always got in all of my annual reviews, Daniel, you're a great thinker, but you always forget to do this and that. You're always forgetting this. You're rushing ahead too fast. The biggest insight that I've had in my career has happened in the last 2 years, and that is getting the details right. And I had to do it because I had no one else to delegate to. So set up a structure. I call it a daily scaffold. Every morning I have a strategy to get into my day and a strategy to get out of my day. And this allows, and this in this process, I have the reviewing of my strategic plan. Every manager I ever coach, I get them to do this. And they make huge advances because a strategy is not something that you do once a year or every 5 years. Whilst you might have big reshaping of your strategy in those intervals, it's something you do much more daily. You do much more frequently, if not daily. So get in there and look at your plan every single day.